Today we're going to talk about Go High Level and the systems that we've built out in here. And yes, I'm very aware I'm about 5 years late to the Go High Level hype. However, we've built out a couple of automations off the back of this, which is really rather useful, so that we know like stuff's always happening in the background. We haven't got a long list of like there's 55 opportunities in here, and this is one of our like many funnels. Hello, my name's Daniel Spence, and I run Automation X, which is an automation agency that builds really cool automations and lead generation, which I've literally just dumped them all in now today. So these people, as they get moved down, will receive kind of different notifications and stuff like that, all the way through to the point where they would write them off completely. So let me run you through. So shown interest, as that's someone positively replying to a cold email, SMS, kind of whatever outreach that we're doing, showing that they're interested in what we've got. Second, you add them to the follow-up, it means that kind of like we're no longer manually doing the follow-ups. They are moved over to a generic follow-up sequence, and I will show you what this looks like in a minute. But they will just get message and message and message and message and message until either they book a call or it gets to the point where they've gone through the whole entire thing, and we move them over to our favourite end column over here, which actually just does basically the same thing, but it's different message copy and stuff like that. Just because we get loads of people that are like, yeah, that sounds really interesting, we reply to them, they ask for more info or whatever, and they never actually get here. So this is just to move people across there. So now I've covered needs following up, we've got booked calls. This we leave completely blank at the minute. They are literally just getting bombarded by Calendly and our other follow-up systems and stuff like that. We know that they've been booked in, that's fine. Follow me for loads more tips. If they ever drop off here, we'll either move them back to interested or normally to no-show. If they don't show up to the meeting, which has its whole entire own email sequence. I'll also show you this in a second. And then normally we're going for the one call close, so normally they should jump from here to paid. However, for whatever reason, if they don't get closed for whatever reason, they get moved to pitch to need more information. We're always pushing them to book a second meeting. You won't get off the call with me unless you booked a second meeting, or kind of like just straight up tell me you're not interested. So they should be booked in for a second meeting there. If there's any extra information first, just send that over there and then move them down. So nothing happens with those, that's still a manual step, and then once they're booked in, Calendly takes over, sends all the bombardment. If they don't show up to the second meeting, they get moved back to no show to the second meeting, and then they get a whole entire bombardment of emails until they book back in again. And then the last step is invoice but not paid, so we've got a follow-up sequence for this as well. And then once they've been paid, brilliant, they actually finish on here and move over to our onboarding and setup. So this runs through everything that we need to get a client onboarded. These are the two that there should be 3 more of these that we're currently onboarding right now. So that should give you a good idea of what it looks like. We've got different kind of funnels according to that. So let me show you what our back end looks like. So these are all of the built out ones. So no show, we'll just do the first one. So this is what we're doing at the minute. It works really well, as you can see. It's quite a hefty automation, however it works, so we will leave it be. So updating kind of appointment status doesn't really matter. In fact, I'm not entirely sure why that's here, to be honest. But we're going to wait an hour after this is for the no-show, so after they haven't shown up and we've moved them, it waits an hour and then emails them saying basically like, where were you? We waited for you on the call, you didn't show up, blah blah blah. Follow me for loads more tips. We also send them a text. Text is unbelievably powerful for this kind of stuff. So they're added in there, and then we send them another text, another email. You get the gist. We kind of just bombard them for like as long as we need, and then the last step is to literally update it so that it notifies me saying like, this person hasn't replied to any of the follow-ups, they had a meeting booked, they're interested but they've no-showed, and then a manual call request. So I will go and phone them at that point. But at least I know for the next 2 weeks these people are getting contacted every single day, and then I can phone them. It saves me kind of messing about. If they haven't shown up to the meeting, I'll phone them anyway. So realistically this should never happen anyway, but you know, every now and then people slip through the cracks, something happens, whatever. So yeah, that gives you a bit of an idea of the systems that we've got in play at the minute. We've got loads of these. But I think it's mostly, the most important thing is just kind of like making the most of it. Let me just pick another one. So this is not showing up to the second meeting, so message copy is completely different, same structure. But I just wanted to show you this. So we're literally choosing where in the pipeline they've been moved to and stuff like that. So if I show you on here, so the second somebody gets dropped into the no-show for the second meeting, it doesn't matter where on here that they are, they get dragged into here. It's very, very rare we get to a third meeting point. And if we do, then it's a like manual crack on, follow up, phone these people, get it sorted. Once they get to the end of their life, it might be a case that they've gone through all of the follow up, like booked meetings, like a no show here. They automatically get moved over to here anyway, and this literally just follows them up and like forever, in the hope that they will once again kind of re-engage, and then we can put them back somewhere along here. And then we've got invoices and invoices paid. That's kind of like, we're normally trying to take payment details on the call anyway, so that should get them signed up and ready to go. But if somebody needs to move money around or whatever, then we move them into that. Follow me for loads more tips. But yeah, I hope that's helpful. There's loads and loads of really cool things you can do with Go High Level. Moving people automatically through this funnel as well, based on the fact like if they don't continue following up with our because they don't reply to our follow-up thing, it moves them over to our favourite end column, which then kind of reactivates them after I've phoned them. So they're constantly getting contacted and multiple touch points and stuff like that, so they can hardly forget we exist. But yeah, that's what we're doing at the minute. Really, really useful. It's a fairly short video. I can run through this in a bit more detail actually. We're starting off kind of like short spaces between meetings. You're most fresh in their mind then, and then we slowly build it out. So we go to 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, and then that last email is actually 2 weeks after the first message, like they were supposed to be booked in and didn't show up. So then you can kind of build that out. The beauty of this is if you're building multiple funnels, like this one for example, so let's say we've got people interested in automations, we've got 15 active ones in here at the minute. We can just clone this whole entire automation and just adapt the wording in it. So instead of it saying the follow-up call worked, you're still interested, like we can just change the took your lead gen out to we were sorting out how we're going to build your automation and stuff like that, so that then kind of like the funnel's there the whole entire time. Follow me for loads more tips, and there's just stuff going on. It just, as an agency owner, you fall to your lowest kind of point. So if that is the case, that these people are like just dropping off because you haven't got the systems in place to chase them up, then like you're going to end up in the situation where I know for a fact that if hours are running like this, they will be getting contacted, stuff will be going on. It's like having a whole entire team of people just purely there to chase these people up. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. If you'd like the snapshot for kind of the follow-up automation, just let me know. But yeah, I hope that's helpful. Any questions, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.